Good morning, friend. This is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today we are 13 of the 1st, 2020. Just remind you, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. Please consider term and condition before you continue, saying when you're receiving this recording as well. Thank God for another day into my life and I pray His blessings to that in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Oh, somebody's not logging to the copy show meeting invitation. Somebody is not having a good luck to enter. But what is the, this is the meeting ID. This person is from Canada. Okay, just wait a minute there. Meeting ID is 9891. All right. So hopefully he will join from there. And there's okay, so on the news side, after the non-farm payroll, and today we don't have much of the high impact news. Canadian 1:30 has the Bank of Canada Business Outlook surveyed, and 7 a.m. New Zealand has a business confidence, which is sometimes has to be a bit early in the morning. All right, so nothing that. How many of you have watched the Greg, not Greg, keep saying Greg, James webinar that we did he did last week. I sent a copy of it. I recorded myself, so I sent a copy of it, and I recommend you to watch it again so that that's something very exciting because that EA doesn't have a buy or sell button. That EA is just plug it in, and especially we have the set files for the currencies that we are they already been testing and optimized it with the settings and everything, and I tell you is no bad idea. All right, so through that webinar, there is something that it called my attention as well, that to stack with one strategy, we will, sometimes you're gonna miss things going through. So I guess everyone has different criterias and time to trade. So apart from the auto trader that they already have it, I never would like to um, yeah, Lawrence, and you might receive the EA with everything as well, and any update is gonna be, passing to you. But what I see in this EA, I was talking to someone yesterday, and it was, like I said, 10% a year or 15% a year. It seems for him like a nothing, and he said, "Excuse me, if you put 5 currencies." We're talking 50 to 75% a year with something that is already, at least we have a, company who is backing up and making proof. And remember, at the end of the webinar, he said he's going to connect the index meter, which is going to actually boost the results that is there. But saying that, we never have to leave alone manual trading. All right. So there's something that since I started this business, and everyone's, is happy to get that, in auto trader systems and this and that. They always been saying that um, they think that's the answer. Because if the auto trader disappear for any reason, they God knows why, what's gonna be left for you. So manual trading is important. So Shane was saying, there is many ways to approach the market, and we must have more than once. And so this is when I'm coming back, not only with the weekly candle close strategy, but as well with the weekly candle close trend line and the weekly candle close retracement. So today we're gonna be reviewing one by one. So today it is going to be the weekly candle close strategy, which is the oldest is the strategy that I have. And then the next one, it will be the weekly candle close trend line, and then the weekly candle close retracement. So we digested, and we're gonna be looking every single day the opportunities that present us on the currencies that we're looking every single day. All right, and when the opportunity is there, it will be highlighted for what we want to be doing over there. So we start with the US. So that's the dollar at the moment. So we see that the dollar and from last week to this week we have a big. So that's actually the recovery of the dollar. We got on the monthly quite nice sort of kind of support. So, and that is the run that we have with the dollar. Now, there are two options here that we can approach this market, whether once we got the weekly candle close in place with us over here, and and here we have the options whether to activate the EA when the retracement happen or waiting for the daily to come back again. So a perfect ABC with that one, with a weekly strength over there, it will be the more safe and conservative way of trading, or the more aggressive will be right now. So right now it's say no, I'm gonna be chasing from here, and the EA will find the break, wherever it is happened, because of what the US is number 2 in our list, and the week number 3, and that's what is saying over there. So if the dollar is up, so we're gonna be looking the euro, the pound, Australia, New Zealand down, and US, Canadian, Swiss, and yen going up. And that is, I will send these chats very soon to people on my list. So here we have, so the euro has, it's going down, the US is going up. So we got a break of the trend line. We got the pullback, the daily pullback over here. So the option here is that do we want to trade today, or we want to wait for the daily to confirm the weekly? So that's what is going to be one of um, the strategies that is there. But I don't see at the moment. I'm going to wait for the daily, or even the earliest one. We can wait for the 12 hours, which is 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. for us, the 12 hours, and then it can give me, before go to bed, and say, yep, that's a nice risk over there, and take it from there. Pound US is a bit unsettled the way that the pound has some strength with the US, so, and that's why this one doesn't really move anywhere at all. So I will leave it alone until I have a clear day. If I want to trade the US strength, I will be picking the weakest ones or the least strong ones, but not the one next to that one there. So this one we can just observing for the week and see what happened with that. Australia, US, we have a perfect trend line breakout, and we have a pullback. So from here, the weekly candle close direction, as Australia is presenting with a very weak strength, we can actually connect the EA now, and I say, yeah, and then the 4 hours will break anywhere, any point, through the week. So that is the other options that we have. New Zealand the same. So we got a break. We got a negative close from last week, and we have the pullback. So the option is whether I want to wait for tomorrow, because today the New Zealand is very strong. I want to wait for the daily to match the weekly, and then trades from that moment. So and that would be good for those who trade in, the weekly candle close direction, which is the strategy in it, and from then, you can do. So here we have a retracement. We got a day up, but I don't have here, a quite, sort of, is the US is very strong, both are weak. There are not much difference over there. So I prefer to give it away one day. There is a nice support here, 3 touches. The weekly is up. We got the retracement. So Canadian normally I like to see on European market, towards that 16 hours, and that could be a good time to look. But in the Asian market, US Canadian is not quite good to have a look. The US Swiss, we got the break. we got the pullback, and then we're just waiting the we got some kind of long time support. This US Swiss is not my favorite currency. It's the only one of the Swiss that we have in our list because they are very volatile, this type of currency. But its support is okay. In the monthly, we got here the break of the daily trend line. We got the daily up, and there we are. So the US is still up, but the Swiss as well is. And in our weekly, if we look at over there, the Swiss, the weekly is still the same. So this could cause there. So the daily really is the one is going to be the key, the daily index meter to trigger the three strategies that we have. And we're going to be looking over there. So in the US yen now it's being very, very bad here. We got a break. I like the break over there. So I'm going to wait for the retracement and the pullback. But today, the yen is the US and the yen has the same strength. Monday normally is an awkward day to trade, but we'll see. It's tomorrow. Euro yen. We have the break the options as well here. When we come to the yen is the weakest one, so the euro should be okay. You can actually activate the A from Monday, and that's it, and take it from there. No more thinking, no more there. It's just the weekly candle close strategy along, that can be approached in that way over there. So, but always carry his risk at the end of the day. All right, so that's there. The pound yen, we still have a beautiful pullback to a level of support. Weekly is up, so the pound yen is actually should be one on the tops over here. But today the pound yen has a retracement, so we're waiting for a good day up. As I say, that we're still looking at resistance level over there. We'll see what happens. We need to wait for the daily here. I agree with the big time frame that we're looking, and then should be fine from that on. Australian yen. Now, the three strategies that we have that weekly candle close trend lines, the weekly candle close direction, and the weekly candle close retracement. We don't know. Sometimes there's going to be times that we're going to be looking first of all the weekly candle close retracement, and then the weekly candle close direction. For the weekly candle close directions, what we really we wanting, we wanting a candle like this one that is going down, and we wanting an ABC to shows that. So that's gonna be the specific the weekly candle close retracement there. But there are gonna be some times when we have candles like this one, and it's positive, and we think, oh, this is the one to get, that's actually this move is over here, and here, this could be the weekly candle close, the retracement. So at the beginning of the week, I'm going to be looking for that day like this one to tell me that that's actually a good trade for me to take it over there. All right, so once we got the weekly in place, so we have the options to wait for the ABC. As I say, sometime at London time is already good time to look these trades, and especially if chain was telling us that we're gonna have that 4 hours index meter active. That's gonna be a quite good, because once we do the work in the morning, we can come and look what is moving at that time, and we don't need precisely to wait for the daily to finish before we trade over there. All right, so that's so here, it's I like this break over there. So this one could be the weekly candle close retracement. So I need to see a very state Australian yen, but today it is positive. Now, if I want to trade the weekly candle close direction, I need to wait for the retracement and then going up. If I want to trade the weekly candle close retracement, I need to wait for a beautiful day down with this one. I know for the new people, these strategies could be a bit dead, but if you stay the next 3 days, you will learn these strategies and how we're gonna be approaching, like I said, with this one. New Zealand yen the same. So I'm over there. So yen is here, New Zealand is over there. So it's definitely there. New Zealand has a big drop from last week Monday to this Monday, so same as this one. So we can just stand by and wait for the good down there. Canadian yen, the same. Canadian is been going strong. The yen is definitely is coming back down over there, but it hasn't been. I don't know because of that. What happened with Iran? Things can can move very very faster with this one now. If oil become expensive because of war, we will see Canadian yen goes out of the roof. So keep an eye. This is a nice consolidation, by the way. It's a big, sort of couple years of consolidations. We got support, and at least we will have a 91.70 levels of targeting. So keep an eye with that because normally these worldwide events affects the market. Euro Australia, I believe, is still into that consolidation, waiting. Really at the moment, what is now, possible that we'll be waiting for the weekly candle close retracement strategy, and from here to take off, for me would be something that that I can be looking entertaining from that. Today I don't see anything, so we just skipping that and come back another day. This one I can see the market is going in the way down, and then until nothing is changing, I will be waiting for a bearish day with the index mid over here before I open a trade with this one. Euro New Zealand, sort of the same. Would continue be looking to that, waiting really for a break from that before make my decision. But it's definitely is in his way down. We got support over here, but the daily is the one that clarifies everything. Now here we have a pound Australia, and this one we will consider the weekly candle close retracement. As the market has retraced, comes to a level of resistance. We have a date, a negative date on the midpoint of the monthly, and we have the most important in these currencies that the pound is very weak and the Australia is very strong. So that for me, it gave me a chance to say today, yep, I like to trade there, put in a stop loss over here, 150 pips for this currency is always the one today. So that's one that I find it according to the strategies that we're looking. Pound Canadian is going up, down, up, no direction, and this is why. When these two lines are going together, nothing works. And it's on the level of resistance. That's actually a very good. If we're coming down, that could be a nice target over there. So don't keep your eyes on pound Canadian because that could be quite interesting market from there. Pound New Zealand is exactly as the Euro New Zealand. If you're looking over there, that's the break, that's the pullback. Now we have a trend line, we have a break, and as well we got the pound New Zealand negative. So here as well, it says the pound went up, but it's come down. The New Zealand came down, but now it's going up. So on the daily, it looks to me quite interesting. So here is waiting. I think it is at the 25 there with a stop loss around the 250 levels, and then we'll see. Now, when I'm looking this trade, I am in actually in a shopping level, the previous highs, previous lows, and that could have a big run over there. So this is a nice ABC, perfect day to look for entry, and that could surprise us today. So that's what we got from that. Our list. So I will email those chats very soon to you so you can have a look. Now we're looking in gold. Gold is on a nice weekly candle close, what I call retracement for the moment for me. Looking to go bullish, and the market has his retracement. And Friday it was um, um, oh no, this frame's still not connected. This is Zoom. This frame is still. He's been trying team. He's been trying to connect through TeamViewer. All right. So so yeah, so that's what gold is pretending. Now, if gold is going up, normally we see the euro going up and the dollar is coming down. So that's not making sense at the moment. If we compare it, the dollar and gold at the moment. Normally they go opposite, so this one could change things, but that's the opportunity right now. And if we go in here to the 1 hour time frame, you can see that's the high, that's the low, entry, stop loss, and that's it. There's nothing more that we can do from that. So that's in gold and oil. That's a big break of oil. We have an incredible, and that's the beginning of that. So those who trade this one, I think someone's here in my room trade oil. Shame that's a lot of commodities this one, but that's today. I believe this is the first week that turns around, and that could be a very nice opportunity from oil. So here, when we look in the 1 hour, normally, as I said, oil will tend to move in the Canadian time. So tonight, I will be looking maybe somewhere over there. It's not a bad risk over here and that consolidation. So once you know the direction, you're looking for the consolidation, you're trading whatever is happened from there. So you put in a seller stop, and then and that's it. And take it or leave it. Nothing more that we can do. It's just to come back tomorrow. But yeah, this one has quite nice, and that should be plenty. For that, come to the daily, and there we are. So that's a quite. So we're trading actually that part over here, you know, and there. So that's a nice space. Now, how far this can come down? Very easily we can see a level here. The market is being coming down. So we'll see tomorrow with oil what happened with that. S&P 500. We're looking at trade last week over there, so this is what is coming. So I will not move my stop loss until now. This is not coming down. Would you believe I got a call on Sunday? A guy who, he's keeping believing that this is going down one day. I said, look, one day you're gonna be right. That's definitely you're gonna be right one day. But that's what I say, people. You gotta trade what you see, not what you believe. It's nothing wrong. If this is not coming down yet. We don't have any signals whatsoever. This is just continue going up, whatever it is happening over there. So that's my just normal opinion in these currencies. So S&P 500 is still strong. Australia will follow that strength, and that it is. So we got a retracement now, so which is good. So we're waiting maybe for a day up, and that would be good. But that's definitely a good break. Definitely a good break. We got actually support for that one. If we're looking over there, that's a nice touch that we have, and that could be we go even longer. There's something in this line is taken from here, and if we cloning that's where possible could go over there. So time will tell us over there. And the last one, the Dash, yeah, it's been sort of, if we're looking over here there is been 9 weeks up and down. So we got it back. We'll see if the ABC forms. We're looking here, that it is in a sort of kind of heavy resistance. We're looking at where really is this one. Really the closest here, the highest. Now that's what it is there, and here. So that's the sell zone where the price has come and the tails, and this is what is visiting at the moment. This one. So a very good monthly down could be good news for this one, because that's actually a shopping level, and you know what happened in shopping levels. But so far, so when we have a support or resistance level, you always need to keep thinking in this way that the market will do two things: it's going to bounce or break through. It looks to me that January is this one wants to break through. After that ABC, and if that ABC happen, this could continue going further up. UK 100, same, nothing really clear in the moment, and Japanese market, that's we have a quite nice weekly, and we have a retracement now, so could very easily waiting for a day up, and that could, yeah, could we do good this week. So I'm looking at a resistance level here. Everything is in there. So that's where we are at the moment. All right, so that's that's our view for today markets. Let's have a look now that my old PowerPoint, and so there we are. So the shopping system simple. We're looking in a bigger time frame: buy, support, sell, resistance, horizontal levels, which is historical rejection points. Support we can resist, and resistance we can support. The left shoulder, the 250 pip level, which is always a good thing to look at. Trend lines, we look in the sloppy support and resistance trend line. Shaman lines, which we're not using anyway at the moment. And then the channels we have over there. 3 weekly candle trading strategies. We're going to be looking the next 3 days. So today we're just going to release whichever can first is the weekly candle close trend line. So which is actually, that should be the second one. The weekly candle close direction is the oldest one, 2013. The trend lines became in 2015. And then weekly candle close reversal, which is in 2019. So out of these 3 strategies, the daily index meter is always going to be the one to guide us and lead us which one we trade in first. Sometimes we're going to be trading one day, we're going to be trading the direction. Another day, maybe we're going to be trading the retracement or the reversal there. Okay. Weekly candle close trend lines. This one became in 2015. It's a bit aggressive. Last week, actually, I touched a little bit of it. So today we're going to be looking. So what we're looking really is the shopping levels and the big time frame that we have. We draw trend lines and the weekly highs and lows. So we're looking on the monthly, the support and resistance levels. Then we come in the weekly, we look in the highs and the lows. And yes, the last week we were saying that actually, at the end of the month, the beginning of the month is where the big opportunities happen. That's when actually you can minimize this strategy, the trend line strategy. Just come to the beginnings of the month to see the opportunity, because from there you can actually find better there. Then in the daily, we're waiting for the breakout, whichever way we're looking. So we're looking resistant. The market is the weekly is bullish over there. We draw the trend lines, the daily breaks, and then the index meter, of course, test the break. We want to see big, nice numbers, so we can do that one there, and then of course we go fishing from there. So this is the strategy here. So we got the monthly trend line, which is this is the monthly. This is the weekly time frame. We draw the trend lines in the weekly, but then on the daily we wait for the break. So this is actually very aggressive. I believe it's a lot of fun in this one, because by looking what you really looking patterns breakouts. That's how I you know when some people at the beginning, I was learning about patterns breakouts. I didn't have much idea how to do it until I figured out my own way. Now this is my old index meter, which is now I got a new ones. Always I got a new ones, and right in the same day when the daily breakout is here, is telling me that the Australia is just rising completely highest with a very high speed. This one is thinking about it, and the next day it actually is continuing its way down, and that's the move. So that was the original trace, and when I used to do with my own trendline EA, and that time Jeviarco. I don't know if you still have the Jeviarco one. I don't want to actually get rid of that, because this is one of my first EAs. I come up into there, and I think I'm gonna fix it there, because it has a good future features there that actually John is not here. John is still using this EA. He says, Jeff, no matter what the other EAs you have, This is just the one that I get used to. He can trade with this one anyway. So here we are. We got levels of resistance right over there. Sorry, support became resistant once, resistant two. So we draw the weekly trend lines over here, knowing at the beginning or the end of the month, and this is when we got the break, the daily, very, very clear break. We just come over here and see which one is collapsing. So this one was, at the moment the other one assists me more quicker to make decisions, and that it is the pound Canadian. So that's the initial break, and then the second breaks, that's not very um, very that. So there is another one. So all these lines come from the monthly perspective. So we're looking at a monthly support, it become resistant. We draw the trend lines on the weekly. Now, how many times how many Helen as well is still trading with IEA? Yeah, I think we all the school is in Helen, So just the trend line E8 is for the seniors, we call, not the elders. We still know old, so only the seniors. Yeah, so this is a very, very simple approach, because how many times a week you're gonna draw trend lines in the weekly time frame? And it's only once a week, isn't it? So once you got that one there at the beginning, there's nothing more to do. Just draw over here, wait for the beautiful daily, which I call always the key day. Look the index meter, and that is the trade. And that was, tell you, so much fun in that, because that was nothing more. So this is a very, very simple strategy to look. So same thing, that's a monthly trend line or monthly shopping level, third touch. So what my recommendation is, when you see this kind of support and resistance levels on the monthly, especially we have so many, you draw your trend lines over there, and suddenly the day that it breaks, you look at that break, which is the side, and this you can be waiting for long time before you trade, whatever direction is available. So that it is, the US is coming down, the Australia is rallying up. So that's the break, Australia, US, and that is the trade. And then, it's just rally with no problem. Um, there it is. A resistance has become support. Weekly trend lines. How important is to, and this is how you find patterns. This is, when I see people, try to look the patterns, because I always say, if you want to find the right trend lines in any time frame, always go to a higher time frame. If I want to draw trend lines on the 1 hour time frame, I will go to the 4 hours. If I want to trade the 4 hours and draw trend lines in the 4 hours, I will go to the daily. If I want to trade the daily, I will go to the weekly and draw my trend lines, and I find this. So depending how often, how much time you want to spend into your trades, this is the best way to do it. So that's very simple. So this is what you're gonna see. This is the weekly candle close trend line breakout strategy. All right, because it comes from the weekly perspective, and that is the break, and that is the run. So simple like that. Here we have beautiful support on Australian Swiss. The market has been playing up. We're looking for a nice break when here was not clear break, but definitely here we look in the numbers of the Australia. It was on the highest from that moment on. So this day was, and from that day onwards, it just rallied up, and that was a big move. And this is when I used to have the grid system, which is continue taking more trades as the market moves from there. Support, monthly support, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and trade. And then once the market consolidates, the market is continue going in the direction, you just let it run from there, isn't it? Okay. Monthly support, shoulder, head and shoulder, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter right in that point, and that is when everything works over there. So that's what we're gonna be trying to look, every week. This is only one of the three strategies that we're gonna be looking, so we can, relate to that and make sure the index meter help us to that. So that's a shoulder, head and shoulder uh, pattern, reversal pattern. We got the weekly trend line, we got the daily breakout, we got the index meter in that moment, and we got the tray. All right, and that's how it's going over there. Euro pound, beautiful support over there. That's the monthly support. That's the weekly trend line. That's the daily breakout on the 3rd of December 2015. And right over here, the euro is going up, the pound is coming down. So index meter say okay, and that was the break number 1, break number 2, and this one went for quite a long time. Not really much that we can say. Resistance, support, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and tray. If you want to say, if we want to put a scale in this strategy alone, 1 to 10, all right, what would be your score in this strategy alone? This is only one of the 3 strategies that we're looking for. Let me know. Well, I have my coffee here. What would be, if you want to score this strategy from 1 to 10, how would you do this one there? 8, Lauren says. That's good. That's a higher number. 9 to 10, Rita. Helen say 8. All right. So here we have now, things has changed in my index meter as well. So we're looking the same thing in this one. This is the weekly. This is the daily. Looking from a different perspective. So we got the weekly trend line. We got the daily breakout. But most important, we got the index meter over here. Okay, not sure what the index meter tell us. All right, the daily index meter tell us that the break is valid, or the break has high percentage of success. That's what the daily break does. So whatever, because we can draw line everywhere, and if we're looking, for example, here, look, the break breaks up, breaks down, breaks up, but the index meter is actually point me what the break will really mean something is going to run over there. All right, so that's what the daily index meter assists us to trade the 3 strategies that we're looking at the moment. Today we're only going to be looking one. Tomorrow we're going to look at the second one and the third one. At the moment we have the weekly candle close, trend lines, daily breakout, index meter, and that's it. All right. So as you see here, this is this break happened on the 24th of July 2019. So we got the weekly, the trend lines on the weekly. We got the monthly resistance. This is a tool that actually looks monthly highs and lows, and so we are at the beginning of the month. We got the line over here. We got the break, and right over here, the New Zealand is minus 53, while the US is plus 24. So that's a perfect combination. One of the good things I always say, Forex is the only market that you can do that. You cannot do with any other market. Any other market is a single instrument, and there is no pair there. And I always keep joking and said, if Mike Tyson fights with me next week, where are you going to bet your money? And this is the reality, isn't it? So this is the way that I recognize who is who. So New Zealand, US, right over there in the perfect scenario, and that's now with the new EA, my personal EA, which is the Don't Chain Trade. Breaks over here, and that's the party. So we don't have to even look the trade, just set up the trade over there. And this is the manual, sort of semi-automatic way of looking to trade, but that's how it is. So here we're looking, and again, this is the monthly support. This is the weekly trend line. This is the daily breakout. So we're cloning the line from the weekly to the daily. We're waiting for the daily break. But on the 24th of July, I want to see what the New Zealand and the pound is doing over here. So we're looking at perfect combination. I used to do this watch list every day before. It's a lot of work for me, but I can see now just like that and make sure that this one there. So that was a quite good trade, and that is the trade that is performed right in the beginning of the London time, and the market breaks, get in, get out, simple like that. So can we go number 9 now with the straight? Rita, I think you say 9, isn't it? Who say that 9? Yeah, Rita say 9. This is a very, simple strategy to get it. So that's the monthly support. That's the monthly resistance. That's the weekly trend line. That's the daily breakout, and that's the daily index meter. So the daily breakout has to match the daily index meter for success. And that is the break. One break there, another break there. Sometimes I go crazy when I enter. And that is the run now with my new EA. My new EA as well has the index meter. I think the new one Shame is doing, I still know. I think he's doing it in a different way, but this is my personal E8 over here, which is as well is available for anyone to apart the other one that we have, which is the fully automatic E8. This one as well is available for any person who entered into GMT futures. But that's developed for myself. No, and I'm not programmer. I just bring the ideas and then program is made over there. But that's it again. There we are, monthly support, weekly trend line, daily breakout, index meter, and tray. How about that? There's no bad way to look at it, isn't there? And that's it. So this is the first strategy. So let's look a little bit in the chats how that works, and if it makes sense of what we say, just repeat it again, the whole process, and there we are. Okay, let's clean up. Now the beauty of these strategies, the only problem with indices is that we don't have an index meter for here. So we only using monthly shipping levels, weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, and then we trade. But it can be using for anything at the end of the day, and that is the good news. Anyhow. So here we are. We are at the and in this is oil. Let's play it a little bit with oil, especially where we are over here at the moment with this one here. So if we're looking, that especially at the end of the beginning of every single month, from here, we can see a lot of opportunities can be traded. And as I say, the only problem with this one is that we don't have an index meter. And here we can have sort of kind of errors. For example, I picked this one straight away because I see the market on the weekly candle close retrace. If I see, for example, there, I can say where the break happening this week, I can come and correlate over there. There's maybe it was a monthly resistant level over here. The market comes over there. If I look a little bit there, and the market breaks in that day, and this could be a trade. But because we don't have a daily index meter here, so we don't know. We just don't know over there that how these ones will work over there at the okay. So that's the only unfortunate events over here. That's what the daily index meter helping us to that. So we're looking always trend lines, and there we're looking as well whether is this support levels has any meaning in there. So that's the weekly there is coming down. So we draw over there, we look in the support. We come over here and we find that this is where we are at the moment, but here we have a very interesting support on the monthly. So that means a lot because if we're looking over there, that's definitely was a level of support over there before. So the market has come down. That's more than like a shoulder, head and shoulder right over here. So we got the weekly trend line, we got the monthly support, and here the only thing we're waiting, is for a nice breakout from that level over there. So in this case, match the weekly candle close there, and that is the run, and there we have from there. Okay, so that's how can we approach into that? Wow, it's 44 minutes already. So if we're looking, every week we draw our lines over there, and we say we just readjusted the lines over here, there, and then we just very easily. We say that we want to see over there. Do we have any sort of kind of support over there? That's now the weekly candle close direction. We have an ABC. So the first day, bearish day, that's a nice entry. Didn't go too far because we never know how far these are going to run. And here maybe we have that ABC top where the market did the run on there. Okay, so that's there. Let's look at something very interesting. Is the S&P 500? Where are you? There you are. And this is when I say people trade what you see, most of what you believe. And the beauty of this, the only thing you really need to concentrate in the weekly is just the market is going down, look for the resistance line. The market is going up, look for the support line. The market is coming down, look for the resistance line. The market is going up, look for the support, look for the resistance, and that way. And then after you looking through that in the weekly, we just look at support, resistant, support, resistant, support, which you know what I mean, that support over there. And from that moment, we're just waiting just for the daily breakout and have the party of our lives. So we're looking here, that's a nice trend line over there. So here in the daily, the only thing we're waiting is for that break over here. So weekly trend line. Now, do we have a monthly shopping level over there? We don't know, but look at that now where it's coming. Yes, we do have. So we are in the top of the month, as you see over here. We got a beautiful, very significant resistance level. We got the weekly trend line. We got the daily breakout over there, and that is the rally. So we don't know how far it's going to go. The main thing is that is going in the direction. So the market is coming down. We're looking now for that line over here. We're looking for the break over there. We want to see whether this is a level significant of support or not. And when we're looking over here, you can see that what I see, putting over there, and that's where we are. On right in the golden candle, market comes over there, and that is the run. So how hard it is that we draw the trend lines over here. Sometimes you need to cloning, and that's the cloning of the trend lines according to the highs and the lows. And then the only thing we're waiting for the magic day that it breaks. We want to see whether this one it has any support or resistance level over here. Maybe if we're looking more over there, we draw a trend line over there, and it's definitely we got 3 touches as we normally do. This is maybe if we squash over there, definitely is yeah, this one there, and there we are. 1, 2, 3 touches over here, and we got the monthly resistance, we got the weekly trend line, we got the daily breakout, and that's where the market is moving it again over there. The market's coming down. We're testing those dailies. We don't have how to do it there. Here, maybe we got some losses, but we continue. Now, this one we can treat as a weekly retracement, so we can go. You see the difference? So really, you need to know the difference between the weekly retracement and the weekly trend line breakout. So here we can trade actually this one as a weekly retracement, that one the same, that one the same, that one the same. So we continue focus it because we don't have a trend line clear breakout over there until maybe that or this one over there. As I said, unfortunately we don't have on here any index meter. That's what in 40s, and plus the weekly is in place over there. And if we're looking, do we have a support level over there? Definitely we have a support level. So that's how important the 3, and that is the break. And didn't go, it didn't make $1 million, as the people sometimes expecting. But I tell you, it does a quite nice job. So here again, back again over there, and this is when we need to, really we need to wait here for something that is significant breaks like this one over there. Right in the resistance level, again, we got the 3 touches over here, and the market goes back again into this line over there. We continue looking the market, the different ways, different, forms. Beautiful touch over here until the market breaks over here. Do we have a support level? It's definitely skipping supporting, that level over there in the monthly. We have a weekly trend line, we have a daily breakout, and we have the run over here. And that's it. And that works for everything that we can ever imagine. You know, there is no limit, and whatever your NT4 has, you can trade even cryptocurrency this using the same strategy, which is the weekly candle close retracement. You know, it's just the market is coming down, just follow the lines over there. You know, it's and and that it is. And and here we got the support level. You know, that's a previous low. Maybe here we don't have really a big one over there. And but the most important here is in the daily when we have, you know, that day that is telling us over here. The market runs. We don't know how far it's going to run. We have another cool tool as well that to looking for there. So there, so target number one, target number two, and then that's it. Okay, my friend, that's all for today. And so we'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we will be looking the next strategy, which is the weekly candle close direction, and see that. All right, so that's what we're gonna be looking at. We'll send the chats very soon to you. So we're just gonna, you know, tip it, you know, one, two currencies per day. Find out these three strategies and just having fun. Okay, keep well, and see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Cheers and bye. No worries, Derek, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, don't miss tomorrow.